Derby County's kit has just been released over on Twitter. We're going to check that out in this video and I'm going to make some points about it. I have not seen it yet. You're going to see the first time of me looking at it with you. So make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button to stay tuned for all my latest Derby County and EFL content. We're also going to be looking into the transfer of Ben Osborn to Derby County. Obviously, it's recently been reported that Derby County is set to clinch the deal for the former Sheffield United midfielder and wingback. And I'm going to let you know why I think it is the perfect deal. So here we have it then. Here is the kit. Let's just take a look at this video. What can we see in the video? What are they going to show us? They're going back through the years. Obviously FanHub are the new sponsor, Puma the new manufacturer. I think it looks quite nice actually from these shots. Who's that? Kane Wilson, Curtis Nelson, Mendes Lang. Who else is going to pop up in this video? You know what? I actually quite like it. I think it's fairly decent. I think the FanHub sponsor actually looks really nice, to be fair. I think Puma have done a really, really good job with this kit. So there we have the brand new kit for Derby County for the upcoming season. Obviously just the home shirt. It's now on sale at the mega store. So if you do want one, make sure you go and pick one up. Obviously for me, we've had a few years of basic kits and no doubt this is the same. It's a basic white kit with a couple of little intricate details. But for me, I'm not too fussed about the home kit being anything fancy. I'm really interested to see what the away kit and the third kit looks like. For me, I think it shows a lot that there's no sort of like Liam Thompson or Erin Cashinian. Obviously, the club have got to make sure that those players don't leave. If you have not done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below or in this top corner. Stay tuned for all of my latest Derby County and EFL content coming your way. Obviously, let me know your thoughts on the kit down in the comments section. And let me know your thoughts on the potential transfer of Ben Osborn. Obviously, a very versatile, hard-working midfielder. I think he perfectly fits what Paul Warne wants to do with our squad going forward. And even what he wanted to do last season, etc. So let me know your thoughts down below. And I'll try and get back to every single comment. There's also a Q&A form down in the description. That video will probably be coming out on Sunday. So make sure you do drop your questions in there if you want to drop one. And I'll catch you in the next part of this video. Before the end of the transfer window, and obviously Nelson, Mendes Lang, Kane Wilson, I can't see them moving on anytime soon. Now, obviously, the biggest talking point over the past 24 hours has been Ben Osborn. Now, a lot of people were anticipating a signing to be announced in the shirt, but from what I am aware, and I'll just check the Derby County Twitter feed right now, no signings or anything have been announced. But if we do go and look at Dom Dietrich of BBC Radio Derby, last night he put out this tweet. So this is the tweet Dom Dietrich put out last night. Understand reports circulating this evening around Ben Osborn look to be true, with Derby County closing in on their first signing of the summer. Nothing official yet, but it's certainly in advanced stages. Now, for me, I think this will be an excellent deal for Derby County. The rumours first came about a few weeks ago from Alan Nixon, a journalist of The Sun. Now, I know a few people don't really like Alan Nixon, don't think he's very reputable, but in my case, I've personally found that he's got a lot of things pretty spot on. I think Ben Osborn would obviously be an excellent sign. He's a very versatile player. He works hard. Now, obviously, I'm not saying he's the best midfielder in the Championship, but he's played in the Premier League. He started 14 games last season, made 24 appearances, was available for pretty much every squad. His hard work, determination in that midfield or at the left-back slot, depending on where Paul Warne sees him, I think would be a big addition to the squad. I think in both positions, I think he's better than what we've already got. I know some people see it as, oh, he got relegated with Sheffield United, but Sheffield United in the Premier League and Derby County in the Championship are at two completely different levels. Obviously, we've just got promoted to the Championship and are looking to stabilise. As much as we'd love that push for promotion again, like, this season is all about stability to build on for upcoming seasons for promotion pushes. So I think it would be really nice to see Ben Osborn sign for the club. I think he'd do a really, really good job. I believe he has an football education program in the Eastwood area, which is about 20 minutes away from Derby. And I believe he also has a pub in the Derby area as well. So two things which obviously bring him back to this area. Obviously, starting out his career at Nottingham Forest, but he was a Derby fan growing up. Obviously, I think a lot of people will have seen that picture of him with his England and Derby flag in the stands. I'm assuming it's at an away game, but I'm not 100% sure. So for me, I've obviously made a video on Ben Osborn previously to this, so if you do want to go and check that out, I'll link it around this point in the video. So make sure you do go and check that out. It tells you everything you need to know about Ben Osborn, where he's made his appearances, where he's versatile, what positions he can play, and what I think the deal would be with Paul Warne. Now, obviously, we have fought off interest to bring in the potential signing of Ben Osborn. Like, there was rumours that Watford were interested and teams like that. So for me, I think that shows that Paul Warne and Derby County are in a really good place heading into the upcoming season. Obviously, the big question marks over this transfer window is, are we going to be able to keep hold of some of our better players, the likes of Curtis Nelson, Kane Wilson, Niambi, Cashin, Mendes Lang, all of those players? Are we going to be able to keep hold of them? And for me, I really hope we can. Obviously, the big sort of talking point, I think, throughout the majority of this window will be Cashin. And I do think if a really, really big offer comes in, I do think he may be on the way out. But obviously, I think the intention will always be to keep him around the place because obviously he's a fantastic defender. And since he came into the team, he's just gone from strength to strength. And obviously, with Nelson and Sonny Bradley next to him, he's really stepped up a level in that last 12 months. So it's going to be really interesting to see what happens with that. Obviously, last season, with a year left on his contract, he signed a new contract eventually, but with a year left on his contract, he nearly went to Brighton for around £4 million. So if he was to go now, you've got to be looking at 15 million minimum, and then hopefully a sell-on clause. Obviously, there's also been some talk about Amari Kellyman recently, and the rumour has sort of been put to bed a little bit. A journalist has suggested that Derby County have a 15% sell-on clause, which I believe gets Derby somewhere in the region of £3 to £4 million when that deal obviously goes through, and that'll obviously be a massive help for the club of Derby County for their running costs or to put towards the transfer kitty. So it'll be really interesting to get that one over the line for Chelsea so that Derby County can make their benefit as well. So obviously, let me know your thoughts on the kit down in the comments. Let me know your thoughts on Ben Osborn down in the comments. Obviously, a lot of people have already done that on the video about Ben Osborn a few weeks ago, but I'm really interested to hear what you lot have to say now that it's sort of getting really close. I do think it'll be a really, really good signing, and I know a lot of people aren't sure because obviously previous Forest player and the way he celebrated, but for me, if you're playing for any professional team, you score a last minute winner, you celebrate. It doesn't matter whether it's against your home club or your favourite club, whatever, you'll always celebrate. In fact, I think scoring against your favourite team is actually more of a reason to celebrate because they didn't take the chance on you. And I'm pretty sure that was the case with Ben Osborn. He was at Derby Academy rejected him, which is why he ended up at Forest. I'm not 100% sure on that. Someone can let me know down in the comments, but I'm sure I've heard that mentioned a few times. So it will be really interesting to see what does happen over the next few weeks. I'm really intrigued by the kit. I really like it. I always pick up the home kit, so that'll be something I'll be doing in the next couple of weeks. So yeah, let me know what kit you'll be getting. Will you be getting a name and number on it? Let me know down in the comment section, and let me know your thoughts on the signing of Ben Osborn. Make sure to go and find me on TikTok, pictured here, and Twitter, pictured here. These are the places where I'll keep you all up to date with all my upcoming videos and my thoughts and feelings around the Formula 1 and football weekend.